Hey guys, welcome to Confession Session. I'm your host, Ryan McLaughlin. You guys know how this goes. Today I have a special guest from the book Fahrenheit 451. Welcome, Clarisse. Alright, so as you probably already know, as you have agreed to come on, we have some rules that our guests have to follow and that our listeners also have to follow to make this a pleasant time for everyone. This is a safe place where we just want to hear your truth and honest thoughts, whether it's your thoughts on what actually happened, because here we consider both sides of the story, because if you've only heard one side of the story, you have no understanding at all. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. I'm going to start off by saying, this is so exciting. Welcome to the show.
Wow, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming in. I will say you have been a highly requested person to come from this book. I guess everyone wants to see where you've been.
I know. I did leave the story quite suddenly.
Okay, so let's get going. One of my most requested questions to ask you is what happened in that so-called car crash that you had been in?
Yes. So many people believe that I was just killed by the government, and then they blamed it on a car accident. But I wasn't actually dead. Yes, I was in a government-planned car accident, which was supposed to erase me. But when it happened, we were ready. Who are we? We're the people of the woods, and they were ready for what was going to happen to me. And they came out of hiding and grabbed me before the government could dispose of my body. They brought me back and explained what happened. I was very confused as I tried to reach out to the people of the so-called woods before to join, but never got any response, and now they wanted me to join them. It was all a lot and happening super fast. They informed me of my neighbor Montag, who was recently in the radio because he was found with books in his house, and they knew that he would get away, but they needed to locate him once he left the city. They asked me if I knew where he had headed, and I did, because the plan Faber gave him was the same plan I was going to execute.
Whoa, that's a whole lot of new interesting information, and it's amazing that you were able to help Montag escape and help the people of the woods locate him. Okay, so moving on, I would like to talk about your life before all of this happened. You were always considered the oddball in school, and always the outcast. Do you have any comment on that?
I wouldn't say oddball, but I would say different, in the sense that I didn't enjoy the same things the kids at my school did. Driving 100 miles per hour wasn't thrilling and exciting to me. It was just waiting for something bad to happen. That's just one example. I find joy in different things. I don't find joy in the things that the teens my age find joy in, as they are conformed to rules and regulations of the oppressed society that we live in.
That's fascinating. Would you say the thrills other teens do for joy you tend to fear?
I would say it's fear. I'm not afraid of firemen like Guy Montag, but I'm afraid of my peers, as their actions basically kill each other.
Now, you say you fear them, but do you think they fear you?
Yes, I do think those who conform to rules and regulations of the oppressed society do fear me, because I can change people and can bring to light thoughts and unhappiness.
Great answer. I have another question similar to our discussion right now. As someone who values education so much, why did you drop out of school?
Although I do value education so much, in our society people are taught not to think for themselves. They're taught to be anonymous, so being there, I gain no intellectual value.
Huge thanks to Audible for sponsoring this podcast. Guys, Audible, I'm so excited to talk about Audible. They're one of my favorite sponsors, and for those of you who don't know, Audible is an app that you can download for free. That's right, for free, from the iTunes Store. Then you can listen to an unlimited selection of books. They have all my favorite books and more. They're great to listen to during long car rides, doing chores, and right before bed, which is what I do. And use my favorite feature, the timer, which is just one of the great features they have to offer. You can get 5 free audiobooks today if you sign up and use my code ConfessionSessions5. That's 5 free audiobooks. That's Confession Sessions 5 today. Enjoy listening. One last question I have for you. Would you consider yourself antisocial?
That's a very interesting question, as many people in our society call me antisocial, and I think in some aspects they would be correct, but I don't completely consider myself antisocial. What? Just because I think differently and don't speak of the normal things in our society?
Wow, you left us with some really interesting talking points. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I had a great time talking with you.
Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you had as great as an experience as I did, and we can walk away with some serious points to consider. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Confession Sessions with your host, Riley McLaughlin.